Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm extremely excited to be back recording videos. Sorry it's been a few weeks. I've been extremely busy doing a number of things. But I guess being busy is no excuse to not recording videos. So that's why we're back today recording this video. Something nice, just something that's been on my mind heavy recently. Something I think that applies today more than it has ever applied in previous generations or previous times. That specific topic that I wanted to talk about, to discuss today, is the idea of justification. So justification, the definition, just to get started, is the action of showing something to be right or reasonable. What we're going to be talking about today is why do we as people look for justification in the wrong things? And what is the correct lens, or what is the correct biblical perspective on the idea of justification? I think that understanding justification and what it means to be justified through God, what it means to be justified, really helps us to shape our identity. And I believe in the world today we are having what I would call, what most people would call it, is an identity crisis, which is the lack of understanding as a collective group of people, but also as individuals of who you are as a person. So let's start with the readings. We'll read starting in James 2, verse 14. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, it is not accompanied by action, is dead. But someone will say, "You have faith, I have deeds." Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by my deeds. You believe that there is one God, good. Even the demons believe that and shudder. So this is a remarkable, extremely profound, rather blunt phrasing by James in this chapter. But let's piece it apart and understand what exactly he's saying. And I think the problem with this passage is there's a misunderstanding. And the misunderstanding is that there is an idea, well, this is a correct idea, that we are justified not by actions, but we are justified through what Jesus did on the cross. We are justified by Jesus. We are justified in the eyes of God because of nothing that we could do. And that is completely and 100% biblically correct. So don't think that I'm trying to mislead you in saying that you are justified strictly by works. However, it's important to make the distinction between justifications. So yes, we are justified in God's eyes. We have the ability to be in his presence because of what Jesus did on the cross. Nothing that we could do allows us to be justified in God. Allows God to see us as pure. That is strictly what Jesus did. However, the Bible also says that we are ambassadors for Christ. And an ambassador, a brand ambassador, if you think about what that means, is someone who promotes a brand in a way that makes people want to come to the brand. So now if we see ourselves as brand ambassadors, then we can begin to understand why exactly James is saying that faith without deeds is dead. In other words, that we are justified through our actions. The reason that we're justified through our actions is because there's something to be said about justification in front of others. If we want to live a life following Jesus, if we want to live a life calling ourselves a Christian and bringing people to Christ, then we have to be justified in front of them based on the things that we do and the things that we say. Otherwise, just professing that you're a Christian, professing that, oh yeah, I believe in God and he can do great things, but not actually living it throughout your life, proves that your faith is dead, right? Because if you truly did believe the things that you're saying, the things that you quote unquote think, then it would lend you to change. It would lend you to do good deeds. It would lend you to help people. It would lend you to lead people to Christ, right? The idea of becoming a Christian is a transformation. There has to be a transformation that changes your deeds, so that now when others see you, they see, oh yeah, he is a follower of God, or she is a follower of God, right? So that's what he's saying here. By faith without works is dead. It's important to be justified in front of others. Another verse I wanted to read here quickly is John 13, verse 34. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. So here, Jesus is making known to his disciples that it is paramount that they love other people, because in loving people, in showing people Christ's love, then they will know that you are truly a follower of him. Now, what I want to point out before we get done here is that being justified in front of others is not at all so that you can say, so that you will have the attention pointed towards you. That, oh, look how good he is. Oh, look how many nice things he does. Look how much money he gives to charity. Look how much time he spends talking to people. No. The point is that if you were performing those deeds to show the love of God, that naturally people would see you doing them and say, yes, of course, they will honor you. However, they will be pointed towards something greater, and that's God, right? That is the point of being justified in front of others. That's why James is saying, like, anyone can say they have faith, but if you're not doing anything effectively, your faith is dead, right? And so, yes, it's blunt. However, it's very true, because the things that we do should point others to God, right? The same salvation that we have, we should want others to have. And the only way that people who don't know Jesus, who aren't surrounded in church groups and life groups with godly people, the only way for them to see Jesus is through us. The only way that someone might have an encounter with God is through the way that we live our lives. And that's why James is making such a point. Being blameless in the eyes of others is important. Why would we say that? Why is being blameless in the eyes of others important? Well, being blameless, being someone who is honorable in front of others, being someone who is pure in heart, pure in mind, gives you a sort of credibility that people will look at and say, yes, I can see that he is wise, that he knows or she knows what it is that their purpose is. And that will lend people to be more willing to listen to you. If you are someone that says one thing and does the other, or says you're a Christian and has no works to back it up, then why is someone going to listen to you when you try to tell them about God, right? That making sense to us? One last example is Abraham and his son Isaac. So Abraham was a man of faith. Honestly, the story of God telling Abraham, your only son that I just blessed you with, after waiting for a son for years and years and years, take him up to the mountain and sacrifice him. Now, if Abraham, walking his only son up the mountain, about to sacrifice him on the altar, is not professing his faith with works, then I don't know what is. Now, not only did Abraham say, yes, God, I will honor you with what I do, but when God blessed him, when God gave him that thing that he's been longing for, Abraham showed by his actions that he was willing to take his only son up there and profess his faith to God in a real tangible way through his works. As we close here, I just want to encourage you guys today, or encourage you guys throughout the rest of your weeks, to be people who strive to be justified in front of others, who strive to live lives that are worthy of others calling you someone who is honorable. But not only that they look to you and see you as honorable, but rather that they look to you and see the one who has made you that way, which is Jesus. Thank you guys. Have a blessed rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time.